I think he's the Antichrist.
It's that time. It's the Ray Hyclak Show. Live wherever. We're here. I gotta move that. Let's see where I'm at. Hair's a little messy, but that's fine for a Sunday. That's right. We're here live every single Sunday night for you here. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with some Saturdays. Some. Not always. Not always. Like last night. So I went out, hung out with the girlfriend, went to a little pro wrestling. T-Pain was awesome. We'll talk about that. And my big ass chain that I have now. Yes, this is a big ass chain. It's around my neck, and I couldn't be more happy about it. We'll talk about the T-Pain concert, and then Tron Ares. I have opinions. Of nature. And then also show off the new toy I got from Tron Ares as well. Again, like, share, subscribe. The Ray Hyclak Show is here. It's just here. It's every single week. I'm going to be here. That's why we call it the mold standard of podcasting. No matter how many times you try and get rid of it, it's here. And it will be here and thrive somehow, some way. But it's here. It's here. Let's turn that music off. All right, kids. Kind of a busy week. A lot of stuff happened. We also have some news stories that I'm going to get to towards the end of the show. Let's start the week off. Wednesday, I got to go see one of my favorite artists of all time. Got to see the great Tallahassee Pain himself, T-Pain. It's my first time seeing him. Loved it. It was fun. I went in late. I've become one of those old people at concerts where you show up. I'm going to get in here a little bit so I can bring this and look a little bit more fucking natural. But no, yeah, I went to see T-Pain in downtown Cleveland at Jacobs Pavilion. Hung out at one of my favorite places, apparently Geraldo Rivera's favorite place when he's in town, the Harbor Inn, right over there by the venue, the powerhouse, the West Bank of the Flats. Got to see an artist I've been a fan of since I was 15, so a little over 20 or maybe 16. Yeah, so 20 years. I'm 36 now. And got to go with the girlfriend. It was our first big concert. We've known each other for a year, and we got to hang out. We didn't get anywhere near any of the stuff because when I go to concerts now, I don't want to be in the area where all the chaos is. I want to be by the bar or, if possible, a door with a chair. That's where I'm at with my concert going. Love live music. It's one of my favorite things to go see in the world. I've seen more concerts probably this year than I have in a very, very long time. I lucked out on a few concerts being free, so I didn't have to pay for them or go in with low expectation or have to go in with high expectation. I love a free concert with low expectation. My mind is usually blown. Not going to lie. My mind is usually blown by some artists and what they can do with the shows that they put on. Yeah. So even if it's a bar show where there's like maybe 75 to 100 people max because that's what the bar can fit and it's sold out and it's a good vibe, fuck yeah, man. Great fucking show. So there last year got to see Save Ferris for the first time. I was a big fan of theirs in the 90s when they were hitting the ska revolution and in that skateboard era of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and all this stuff. Before Skate, which Skate the video game rules. I've been playing the fuck out of that, and you can go to my YouTube channel for that. Scally Bandit. That's where all my gaming content is. That's my PSN thing. If you want to add me there, maybe you play Skate. Love to play with you. Go for a couple sessions. That'd be awesome. Anyway, I don't like being with all the people. I don't like VIP. I just like to be in the back of the room like it's high school again. Like I don't want to be sat up by the teacher and have all the chaos around me. I'd rather have a lane to get out the door before when the bell rings. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather just let's go. Didn't go for the opening acts. Didn't really care for the opening acts. Didn't see much of the opening acts. I missed the first act. Me and my girlfriend went to the Harbor Inn, which is a great bar. It's one of the oldest bars in the city of Cleveland. It's right on the water, hence Harbor Inn, and it's just a dive. If you're ever in Cleveland, go to the Harbor Inn. It's fun. It's just like a little kitschy place with it's just all brick. The jukebox is playing good. They've got the wooden ball bowling that doesn't work all the time, but it's that satisfying like roll when you get a strike on there. Oh, I love that game so much. We'll talk about arcade games some other time on the show. Because I do have Tron Ares to get to, and I wanna dedicate a lot of this show to Tron Ares and my full-throated review of that movie. So make sure share this show out while we're hanging out here, so people can watch Tron Ares or watch me watch Tron Ares, so you don't have to. Thank you to my girlfriend, by the way, for paying for that movie. But we'll discuss a lot of it. There's been a lot of time to ruminate on this. It's been a couple of days, so I've been able to think about it more. But yeah, T-Pain, when he came up on stage, looked fucking sharp, was in a suit. I got accosted by a few people to like wear my big ass chain. So that was cool. It's backwards on there, or I can just turn it like this. Maybe, yeah, there we are. There's the perfect way to do it. Oh man, but yeah, dude, you want to talk about a true showman? T-Pain's that guy. Definitely high energy. You could feel it from the stage. I'm a big believer in that. Stage energy is something you have to bring on anything, really. I mean, you kind of have to. It's one of those things where, you can tell when an artist, comedian, or musician is off that night and you're just like, you're not really feeling the vibe of the show. That's why and I should have put that in the description. Fuck off the guy from the Lost Prophets that died. Fuck yeah, baby. Got another one. And that's just a little aside. But yeah, dude, you want to talk about like a great show. One thing I was kind of surprised about the T-Pain show was, to quote Peter Griffin, awful lot of honkies there. Awful lot. Like me included, my girlfriend included. But like it was a sea of snow in the bleachers, on the floor. I just got general admission, so I could have sat anywhere, but the bleachers were full, and it was all millennial white women and the boyfriends that they fucking have. I was one of the exceptions that came because I was like, I love Tallahassee Payne, loved him since high school. I've always enjoyed his music. And I love his YouTube or his gaming stuff and his racing stuff with the drifting and all that kind of stuff. I almost got to see him last year when I went to Vegas in September, but I missed him by 2 days because he did a Labor Day concert and then went on tour. So it was like, no, because Vegas after Labor Day is fucking dead. Like nobody is going anywhere. Everybody's there for Labor Day, so nobody's doing shit. The week after, perfect to go to Vegas. Nobody's there. You can just hang out, do whatever you want. You feel less congested, and you're just like, oh, this is Vegas. I get to enjoy it. Oh, so much fun. A lot of card tables open too. So, but yeah, T-Pain show, fucking 5 out of 5, my friends. Go see T-Pain live wherever you can. Definitely something I would recommend. He didn't play a few songs, but he did do a medley at the opening, which a lot of hip hop shows, that's what they do. They'll play like a medley. I've been to like, I think 4 hip hop and R&B shows in my life. Tech Nine was my first one ever. And then Tech Nine was my second one ever. And then it was Nelly. I saw Nelly a couple of years ago when the All-Star game came to Cleveland. That was a fun one. I actually got to see it with my boy Raj Suresh. Go check his special out, by the way. Go check out Raj Suresh. If you're watching this video tonight and you watch the full hour, there's one thing I want you to do tonight, and that is go see Raj Suresh. Suresh. I'm going to spell it again. Suresh. First name Raj. Raj Suresh. Go check out his special, Break the Leg, on YouTube. Raj is a funny motherfucker. I have known Raj my entire time in stand-up comedy. He is a brother, and he deserves to get a lot more views on his videos. And I want to see people viewing his videos on the regular. Make sure. Raj Suresh. Suresh. S-U-R. S-U-R. And then go from there. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, Thursday, speaking of comedy, went to High and Dry, one of my favorite bars in the city of Cleveland. Tremont area, really great burgers. Rodeo burgers, always what I get. Tasty as fuck. And hey, D-Rest, don't forget to wipe the spittle from the mic after the show. No, I'm gonna keep it on there, dude. I'm gonna keep it on there. What do you think? I'm an animal? What do you think? What do you think? I just do things to do things? Love you, D-Rest. Thank you for being here, buddy. Appreciate you for real. Did a set for the Cleveland Comedy Festival thing. I wasn't really a festival member. I was just there to do the show for High and Dry for Bill Squire. Every Thursday, eight or 9, depending. Right now they're doing 8:00. So go check them out. Tremont, if you're in Cleveland area watching this podcast, go check out Bill's show at High and Dry, Thursdays, 8 p.m. It's really great food, too. And the waitresses are awesome, fantastic people. So I can't say enough more about them. But, yeah, we left and then went over to this bar that's right across the street that's like a Polish veterans hall that you can become a member of. And I've always been a member of it because I'm Polish, and that's a part of my like identity I really cling to. But we definitely, me and my girlfriend had a good night that night, and then Friday night. Well, let's go Saturday night. Let's go Saturday night. It's Friday night. It's going to be the next half hour of this show. Friday night's going to be the next half hour of this show. And I am very, very passionate about what I'm about to say about Friday night. So last night, me and my girlfriend go to NWA Exodus Pro Wrestling in the Waterloo Arts District of Cleveland. There was also a WWE NXT show that was going on at the Agora, where the prices of tickets were embarrassing. To see that TKO thinks people are going to be able to afford to go even to an NXT show, and then no, that's not how this fucking shit goes. Like, it's not acceptable what TKO considers high-end ticket pricing, especially for the WWE. Wrestling is supposed to be, and has always been historically, if you go back and look at the territory days, you look at the times of the pioneer era of professional wrestling, pro wrestling has always been a valuetainment. Sorry, Patrick Bet David, but I'm going to use a word you've coined, valuetainment, exercise or valuetainment thing for Americans and people abroad to watch for over 100 years. Pro wrestling in the 20s that's when pro wrestling really kind of kicked off, was the 20s. So it's over 100 years now. And it should still be that way. WWE, look, $500 for front row for a premium live event, perfectly fine. $1,000 if it's one of the big four, understandable. That's fine with me. $1,000 if it's for like WrestleMania, if it's for the Royal Rumble, which is in a baseball stadium, $1,000 for field front row, understood. Got it. Not gonna bat a fucking eye at it. But I've looked at the price for a front row seat for WrestleMania in Las Vegas again this year or next year. It's like $12,000. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. This isn't Canelo versus Crawford. All right? This isn't Stipe versus Cormier. This isn't Tyson Holyfield. This is WWE. You would fit so many more people. So many more people. They dropped if they just lost one number and moved the decimal point. Or just, lost one number to the left and just kept that decimal or that comma right fucking there. You can't overcharge professional wrestling fans. You can't. That's why I go to local indie shows. Independent wrestling, if you're in a city where you discover you have an independent wrestling company in your town, I want you to do one thing. Go to the Eventbrite page or web ticket or ticket web, whatever kind of social media ticketing site where they get most of the money, and like they take a chunk or whatever, but it's not like Ticketmaster's thing, which thank God Kid Rock's doing that. I'm going to follow up on that and see a little bit more reporting on Kid Rock's lawsuit with Ticketmaster. I love the idea, but go to those small ticketing agencies, those small ticketing apps, and go support your local independent professional wrestling shows. Go to a show that has 200 people in a high school gym. Go to those shows that have 500 people in an old armory or something like that, because you will get your money's worth, because those guys are working. They want to get more people in those shows, do better. They understand if they get a draw, they may get up to the main stage. Those are the organizations we need to support right now. TKO and WWE, they don't need shit. They don't need shit right now because there's two different streams of revenue coming in for them, including the streaming rights, which Paramount Plus I will be getting next year for all the pay-per-views. Every Saturday, my life for a year of Saturdays is just going to be pay-per-views for UFC, premium live events, whatever the hell they're going to call these things. They're probably going to call them premium live events, the numbered events. But we'll be doing those live every night that they are on, including pay-per-views, because of the fact that you don't have to pay an extra fee for it. So I'm all for that. All for that, dude. It's a my head, I hit my thing. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing that in 2026. That's why I did this show a little earlier than I really wanted to, because I kind of wanted to figure out the system I'm using. But anyway, went to the NWA National Wrestling Alliance, which is the oldest professional wrestling organization in the world. It's one of the oldest governing bodies, at least, of professional wrestling, where there is one main champion under a banner. And that banner currently, I think, is held by Tom Latimer. Let me actually look here. NWA World Championship. All right. Let's see who currently holds the Thrillbilly Silas Mason actually won it. Okay. So the Thrillbilly Silas Mason is your NWA World's Champion. But this is it's a NWA Exodus Pro. They do a live stream on their YouTube channel. It was inexpensive. I think I spent like $46 for the tickets for two people. Beer and alcohol was like $5 to $6, and I had a blast. It was fun. Some of the matches kind of there was some. They called it Hexodus, and I looked at my girlfriend. And I was like, I feel like a hex kind of is over this show, because there were some botches and some real mismatch kind of like it was not one of their brightest moments. A couple months ago when they did it, that was great. Loved it. Fantastic. But this show is a little bit crowd wasn't as big, but it's also because you had WWE NXT down the road, and I'd rather be 5 minutes, 10 minutes from my house watching professional wrestling than downtown and have to deal with like Uber or traffic. I know I can get in and out pretty quickly, and we're out the fucking door. Shout out to Team EC3 for winning against Team Carter. It was a fun night of wrestling, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was great. I'm gonna move this part up. Why didn't I move? That was weird. I don't like that. All right, children. I'm gonna end the show, to be honest, on this, because it's my childhood. Some people nerd out about the big shit, the big stuff. Pro wrestling is a fairly big nerd. D&D, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon even has gone into the mainstream a little bit. But the movie I'm about to review is a movie that never really caught mainstream credibility, and it makes me sad because it's a very, very good film franchise. It's famous for being the first movie to be disqualified from special effects from the major or from the Oscars because the Oscar board thought they were cheating by using computers. This is a movie that it sparked my imagination as a child. And also it made me really, really love Jeff Bridges. And this movie has all of that, including Jeff Bridges. And that is my review, everybody, of Tron. This is Rating Movies with Ray Hyclak. That's right, my first movie review of all time, and it's my favorite franchise of all time. I'm going to let D-Rest say it for me. That's right, Tron. I love the ending too. We'll talk about the ending. This will, by the way, because it's Sunday, it's been out for 2 days. Go fuck yourself if you can't afford it. I was able to, and I make zero money doing this. So I did this because you don't have to go see it. That's why we're basically dedicating the entire rest of the show to this review. I want to start off by giving my fandom of Tron. I will, you can actually, I'll repost it in my Instagram at Ray Hyclak. You can go check it out. I have directly on the middle of my back a Tron tattoo that I'm going to have to get touched up now. Because I loved the design of the identity disc of Ares. I'm not going to lie. Loved the triangle of it. Like I said, spoiler alert. I don't give a fuck about spoilers at this point. And then I'll talk about the Steelers and Browns thing because I just want to kind of gloat at the end. Because we want to end on a positive because this is going to be a majority. I'm not going to lie. There's going to be this is a shit sandwich, and I got 2 delicious pieces of bread in between that are going to like smoosh that down to a patty. All right, the bad's going to outweigh the good, or the good's going to outweigh the bad in this, but like there's definitely some bad in this review that I'm going to talk about. But my fandom of Tron goes back to middle school. First time I ever saw it was on Stars, actually. They had like a little Jeff Bridges marathon. Big Lebowski was one of the movies. Tron. Fuck. I'm trying to think. I can't remember what the other movies were, but those are the 2 that really stuck out to me because I was a young kid. And Tron was always the movie to me that, like, besides American Pop by Ralph Bakshi, that really made me love filmmaking a lot. Like, where it was like, what it goes into this. So it really got me into the behind the scenes aspect. I loved, never understood why they didn't make a part 2 right away, like right before the 80s. And good Red Pill Popper. Great question. I don't know why there wasn't any, because the movie like was a hit. I think. Was it a flop? It's probably why they didn't want to make another one. I think it was a flop. Was Tron failure? Was Tron a flop? I was gonna be nice, but yes, all 3. Dude, Google AI is going hard on this right now. Yes, all 3 movies have been a flop at the box office, or at least underperformances based on their opening weekends compared to their budgets. The original Tron Legacy did not meet expectations, and Tron Ares also had disappointing box office numbers. It made like $33.5 million on its first thing, and they were projecting it to do 45. I would say that for what the franchise of Tron is, you kind of have to make it. You kind of have to take the good with the bad. With it in 1982, yeah. But it was still a flop. Like it's considered the franchise is not considered viable by studios on a regular basis. It did take Jared Leto to make this movie, and it shows a lot. But again, we'll get more into it. I like, man, this whole franchise from the beginning, like you look at how good second one was 2011. Yes, it was. I saw it in theaters in 3D. I loved it. I loved Tron Legacy. I thought it was the perfect kind of capstone to Flynn's true legacy. And it's one of those things where I felt like, what can you do after Tron Legacy? Where you had the son of Flynn go into the grid, get Cora out, and kind of give her, unless Cora. See, this is the weird thing about this movie. So, if you haven't seen Tron Legacy yet, spoiler alerts again. This is the third time I've had to say this on the live stream, just so I can get this out. Basically, what happened was the Dillinger family from Tron decides, which, by the way, there's some continuity errors we'll get to in a second. But Dillinger's grandson, I assume, is a computer whiz, steals a lot of his AI, kind of like a lot of the cyber warfare stuff we go on. But then he creates automatons with the Ares protocol, which basically is Julian Dillinger in this movie's master control program, which I'm gonna actually December was 2010 was for Legacy. Okay, but he creates Ares, which is his master control program. And when he said master control program, and you see like the I Demand Macaroni pictures, Moses face from kind of thing from the inside where it's the red eyes and everything. It's kind of a cool visual they do. It's a screen and it's just like the face pressed up. It looks like one of those like things you press against nails almost, and you can like talk through it. It's what we all think of when we think of like overlords in a sci-fi film. That kind of like featureless face, but you see the dark eyes and you see the lips moving, and you maybe see a little bit of definition of the face. And I'm going to bring this up so I can be a little more comfortable. All right. So Julian Dillinger, progeny of the original Dillinger, Sark from the original Tron, runs Dillinger Incorporated, which is in direct competition with Encom. But here's the logic error that comes in Tron Tron Legacy. It is established that Edward Dillinger Jr. works for Encom. Flynn's son does not, or at least wants nothing to do with the company and doesn't really control anything. But Edward Dillinger is the one that's kind of running the software company at Encom in the beginning of Tron Legacy. In this movie, Tron Ares, Dillinger has always ran a company, apparently. It's been around for what they said 40 years, which is not true at all. I mean, again, in 2011, Dillinger was still working at Encom. And if go back and watch that movie, go on Disney Plus, watch Tron Legacy, and tell me I'm wrong that Encom was still run by a Dillinger in that movie. It was a continuity error that I still can't let go. You know, like even though I watched the movie a couple of days ago. The Dillinger wasn't a thing for 40 years, unless the sister ran her own company, who I think was the broad from Major League, the owner. I'm pretty sure that's who that was. But then it was Julian Dillinger, who is the grandson or whatever, was Evan Peters, Quicksilver, from the WandaVision, and also Quicksilver from X-Men Days of Future Past timeline, the First Class timeline. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna take a drink of my beer and talk about movies more. Skull. Anyway, so getting back to the movie, Julian Dillinger creates through 3D printing, basically, automatons that he can control with the Ares protocol. And Ares obviously is played by the guy from 30 Days to Mars, Angel from Fight Club, Madonna's ex-boyfriend, Jared Leto, which I'm not a big Jared Leto fan. I don't find his acting to be pretty up to snuff for anything outside of maybe 30 seconds, literally, to Mars. I want to send him to Mars anytime I see him get more than 30 seconds of screen time. Not a great actor. I might be a nice guy, might be somebody to, look up to on a thing. I've heard he has a sex cult or has been accused of having a sex cult up in the woods or something. And it turns out to be some kind of like, I don't know, retreat or something. Who knows? Whatever. Jared Leto, you do you, baby. I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not gonna get mad for anything you kind of do. But your acting sucks, man. You're not a leading role. You're the best friend or a flunky. You should have never. If people buy your music and you're on stage performing it every night, sweet. I just don't want to see Jared Leto in anything, and now sadly I've got to put up with him in the Tron franchise until the finale movie that this movie sets up. Anyway, so Tron Ares is about Ares, the AI program that Julian Dillinger makes, and it becomes sentient. It starts to have feelings and not like the fact that Julian is saying that it is disposable and he can just make another one. It's giving what a lot of people in the sci-fi, the people that think AI is going to be, it kind of plays into that whole, it'll have humanity, which AI won't. AI is not going to have the humanity that Ares did in this movie. It's going to be cold, calculating, and very precise in its movements. There's going to be no hesitation, no nothing. Funny how movies like that seem to have a lot of insight coincidence. Nope, and The Matrix seemingly has somewhat taken a cue from Tron. Absolutely. I agree that there's a lot of stuff that the Wachowski sisters took from the Tron to make The Matrix. I do see a lot of similarities. I love the Matrix franchise as well. Matrix franchise, with the exception of number 4, is mind-blowingly good as long as you you kind of have to invest yourself in the story to really get it. Same thing with Tron. And Tron has always been that kind of movie where you have to know the players, you have to know the stuff, you have to know everything about it. But yeah, Ares starts to feel like he is being used by Dillinger. So it's one of these weird little like it comes to life kind of thing. And I don't see AI doing what Ares did in this movie at all. I don't see it using its thing for compassion to save people. It's going to be a way just to split things up and give people what they need. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be an autonomous, and then once we really put enough fucking chips in its brain, then it might become fucking truly sentient, and that'll be the scary day. But for the time being, I think like an Ares program is always going to kind of be an Ares. It's going to be like Tron himself, Tron in the original 1980s movie. But loved, by the way, absolutely loved the world of Ares. Like, his world was so just corporate industrial grossness. Like, if you watch this movie, there's so many sharp edges. Everything is uniform. It's very corporate and very top down. Julian has that, like, you will listen to me thing. I want to know, though, because on the NCOM side, NCOM's run by I can't remember his name. Who plays the one guy? Hold on. Tron Ares. Let's look up the cast here. Tron Ares. All right. I should do that, but fuck. Means I'd have to create a whole thing. I don't want to do that. Let's look up the cast. Obviously, Jared Leto was in that, but Gillian Anderson. Yeah, Gillian Anderson was in fucking Major League. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No? She was in Reboot, which is nuts. I don't see. Who played thing in. Anyway, whatever. She was in Reboot, though? That's awesome. Anybody remember the show Reboot? It was kind of like a Tron show, actually. But yeah, Gillian Anderson plays the mother in Tron. Oh, X-Files. Yeah, I forgot. She's aged, bro. She's aged hard. But yeah, Gillian Anderson plays Julian Dillinger's mother. Let's see with a cast of Tron Legacy real quick here. Oh God, fuck off. Let me give me more of it. All right, so you got Evan Peters. Caius was a bit of a weird one. Cameron Monaghan played this character that had like, you see his face and you're like, it's fucking him, right? It's Cameron Monaghan, right? He just dies. He just dies quickly. Like he's oh God, was it Ironside's character or something like that? Or who was in Alien? Hold on. Who was in Alien? Tom Skerritt. He was like the Tom Skerritt of this movie. Like, you didn't expect Tom Skerritt to die in Alien, but Tom Skerritt died. But yeah, Cameron Monaghan's in this for like a cup of fucking coffee. Hassan Minhaj plays like the CEO of NCOM, but it's owned by these two Pacific Asian women who bought it from the son of Flynn, which they didn't really address it. They just said that Kevin Flynn kind of just went away, kind of thing. Like he went away and has disappeared. Sold it to NCOM. The one sister dies of cancer. She's the one that's doing all the what I like to call in this movie laser socialism, which is basically 3D printing, food in real time. And the MacGuffin of this movie. This is a part of the movie that made me scream, going, "Fuck you! Why did this happen? Why was it written this way?" And again, spoilers. This is a spoiler heavy Tron review. I'm not going to put a spoiler warning in the description. Don't really give a shit. pay the money to go see this movie. It's a really good movie. If it's but yeah, they basically are trying to do laser socialism where they're trying to create at NCOM food and all this stuff by taking matter that from or taking stuff from the grid and 3D printing it as like they tried to do with the Apple in reverse from the original first Tron movie, where they took the Apple, made it into a digital file in the grid, and it existed in the grid. So it's a reversal from the first movie of what you're trying to do. So they could feed the world and, do all the altruistic crap you hear about now people want to do, but really nobody has an honest and true solution for, right? So that's how the movie starts, the establishment of that, and they're trying to find this thing called the permanence code, because the stuff that they try and create can only last for like 24 minutes. That's it, 24, 25, maybe 30. I don't remember, but they're looking for what Kevin Flynn in the original or in Tron called, or Jeff Bridges' character called, the permanence code, which fuck you for having a terrible name for the MacGuffin in this movie. You could have just called it life itself, and I would have been happy with that. Permanence code sounds like some nerd trying to write a book and going, oh, what are we going to call the thing that they're all after? The permanence code. Like, I don't know. Dude, be more creative. It's like Logan. I hated Logan with the third Wolverine movie. Despised it. I hate the last Wolverine movie because it's the way into safety was comic books. And I don't like that. I don't like that kind of stuff. Make it something that makes sense in the world itself. But comic books of superheroes being stories is dumb. If there's superheroes already in the thing, make the comics about something else like Watchmen did. That was perfect. The pirates in the Watchmen comics are perfect because it's not bullshit. I could believe that. But in this movie, the permanence code will be able to get people to I loved Logan's Run, though. Logan's Run, decent film. Red Pill Popper, agree with you. And by the way, thank you guys for being here. Make sure, do what it says up here. This part right here, the share part, that's where I need you the most. I don't need this is just saying, hey, thank you. This part you already do. This you did already if you're on YouTube, maybe X. This part, this right here, this, kids, is what we need you to do. I need this at all times. Share the show every single Sunday. I do this because I needed something to do. I got bored doing nothing, and my old podcast ran afoul, so I came here. But again, share this with your friends. Tell people I exist, and justify my existence. Let's get back to the movie review of Tron Ares. So they're going after what is called the permanence code, which allows people to 3D print shit and make it last forever, pretty much. That way you can help with fuel and you can help with food insecurity and all the stuff, right? That people say you can't, that they want to do, but can't really fucking afford. So that's what everybody's going through. Dillinger tries to steal the permanence code after it's found by the living sister of NCOM. She goes to a place that looks like the Arctic base from the Thing, basically, to find Flynn's like thing. It looked legitimately like the base from the Thing, kind of. I was expecting like them to have to test someone's blood to make sure they weren't a program. You know what I'm saying? That was my favorite part about the Arctic base. But they find the program on an old 80s laptop. All right. They take it. Dillinger finds out. Tries to get Ares to attack the young Asian owner because the white guy has to do that. Then on the way to try and take all that out, Ares gets 3D printed along with, you guessed it, Athena, to take out the Asian sister and make sure that the permanence code gets taken in. Another spoiler alert, Ares wants that permanence code for himself. Oh my God. Fucking stupid. Dumb. I want to live like everybody else. I want to be a real boy, Geppetto. That's why I'm going to write this movie, because I'm Jared Leto. The Jesus distribution. I would have been fine with that instead of the permanence code, dog. Like, why are you calling it that? And then, I don't want to be dispensable. Which, by the way, the entire movie, they just kept saying, it's only one shot. You're just going to get one shot at this. Right, because you only have one life to live. We understand the fucking trope. Jared. God, I swear to God, Jared Leto he annoys the piss out of me in any movie he's a part of. It makes no sense why he was the lead of this movie besides the Asian chick Hassan Minaj as protagonists in this film. Anyway, getting back to this movie. So Ares starts to help the chick, and they take the old laser, which is the laser they make. They try and use to make their laser socialism. They send Ares at some point after a bunch of fights and all this kind of crap. Send him into Kevin Flynn's original server, where the soul of Flynn lives, apparently. And that was kind of a cool little deal. Seeing Jeff Bridges again. I did cry when I saw that. I hugged the toy I bought. Like a little 5-year-old. My girlfriend was like holding my hand, like, oh, he's so cute. But inside, I'm like, I'm such a fucking nerd, especially for Flynn. Like, Flynn was one of my earliest heroes, and Jeff Bridges is an amazing actor, great fucking actor. So Kevin Flynn's short time in the movie was pretty good, and then he gives him the permanence code, and now Ares is real, and he beats up Athena. And at the end, and this is where the ending comes into play, because I like the ending a lot. I think it was D-Rest said he liked the ending. Let me see. Yeah, I love the ending. At the ending, basically when it's all like kind of going downhill for Julian Dillinger, the antagonist of the film, he decides to send himself into the Matrix. See? You think about it, it's the same thing. Sends himself into his grid that he made for Ares, aka Master Control Program. And Ares and everybody else kind of goes their separate ways. And Ares goes on what you assume now is to go look for the Flynn boy, Cora, and maybe somebody else. We don't know who. Gillian Anderson, she dies. She gets killed by Athena in the final battle scene between Athena and Ares, and Dillinger's like cuddling with his dead mama and whatever. So Ares wins. He goes off searching for Flynn Jr. and Cora. That's how this movie ends. There is a end credit scene where we see Julian Dillinger in the world that he made for Ares, and all of a sudden pops up an identity disc, a Frisbee identity disc. Hollywood would never use the name Jesus, but synonyms with slavery, permanently comply, or no food. No, I will not comply. Plus, I do need to lose some pounds. I think. I'm going to let this catch up for a sec. There we are. Cool. We're caught up. So anyway, I will starve. I do need to lose a few. I do. But no, yeah, the post-credit scene of Tron Ares is Evan Peters ends up in the digital world. A pedestal comes up that establishes, or the identity disc pedestals come up, and you see what you assume is the Sark identity disc from the original movie. It was red, had the concentric circles with the dot in it, and you turn out it is his grandfather's, maybe even great grandfather at this point, identity disc for Sark. So Sark is back in the world of Tron, which is great. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see who plays Master Control Program, if there is a Master Control Program. But to see all this kind of like stuff come full circle, and maybe we're going to get I want one last movie. Tron 4, make it happen. End of line, call it. I don't care what you call it. Loved it a lot. I'm going to give it 3 out of 5. Stars, not great. The story it can be a little bit jumbled. There are some continuity errors from the original movie, even going back, and going even Legacy. There's some continuity errors, but oh no, three stars, three out of 5. I did want to show this because I am a nerd. So Regal Cinema is doing like a bunch of stuff because movie theaters, that's what they do now. Movie theaters are just trying to get you in and get you to buy a bunch of shit. And it worked because I bought this. It's a Tron arcade cabinet. It was like $35, $40. It's got the buttons you can actually do. It doesn't do anything. I haven't seen any kind of like soundboard or any kind of like stuff, but like the buttons and this thing works. So I bought. I wanted to buy it. I was like, I gotta buy this. This is fun. I've actually played the arcade cabinets back in the day, or in the last like 10 years. So I was able to actually like play this, and I had to emulate like laptop game emulators on my laptop that I had at one point. So, but yeah, this is going to be in my studio from now on. And once I get a dedicated shelf or something that I can put stuff by, I'm definitely going to put this over my shoulder as a set decoration. But yeah, look, it's got a little joystick here that moves. It really does move like the OG Tron game. Oop, nope, it's got to be forward. There we are. Very OCD with my stuff. But yeah, this is fun. It's got like some stuff. There's there's Ares right there. There's the recognizer from the new movie. That's a pretty cool little thing on there. And then again, Ares running right there with some sweet lines and a light cycles on both sides. Pretty cool. I liked it. It was a lot of fun. All right. So yeah, that's my review of Tron. I almost said Tron Legacy, Tron Ares. I'm looking forward to seeing what the fourth movie is gonna look like. Hopefully, Jared Leto won't suck up a little bit more of the screen and give it to like Evan Peters, because this character needs to be fleshed out that they just created. So I'm excited for that. All right, hope you enjoyed that review, and I'm just going to play this sounder again because I wanted to. All righty. Thank you, guys. I did want to play this because I wanted to be an asshole. Today, the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers played, and I gotta do this to gloat.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Steelers, here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go.
All right, baby. The Steelers did it again. I don't know how Aaron Rodgers is doing this. I don't know how Aaron Rodgers is playing the way he is. I don't know how the hell he gets the balls to play the way he does. Whoever's giving him his ayahuasca in Pittsburgh right now, you are a saint for doing that, and we should raise your banner on the rafters of Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Steelers won today. We beat the Cleveland Browns. Browns only scored 9 points. I think we scored like 26. Brian Bosworth is a fucking machine. Aaron Rodgers really starting to get in touch with his receiver core. That Washington kid, 6'9", and he's like almost 300 pounds, and he can catch and move like a wide receiver, and they're thinking about putting him into the offensive line. Keep this kid as a receiver, dog. Like, you keep going. You could win a Super Bowl. Browns defensemen look like fucking children compared to this kid. So it was awesome to watch. I just wanted to gloat a little bit about the Steelers beating the Browns. It's always a great day when it happens. Whenever Pittsburgh beats Cleveland in anything, and I know I'm on the Abraham Drinking Network, and y'all are Cleveland Browns fans, but I am the minority here. I am a full-on Pittsburgh sports fan, and when the Steelers beat the Browns, it's the best GD day you can have. All right? Thank you, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. We do this live every single night, every single night, not yet. Every single Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You watch replay as well. Leave a comment if on anything, even just to say hi. Appreciate all of you for watching tonight. This has been another installment of the Ray Hyclak Show. And before I leave, I just kind of wanted to give you something. A little bit of affirmation and a little bit of life positivity. If you're feeling down in the dumps, if you're feeling any kind of way, all you have to do is just look at yourself in the mirror and just say, everybody gets bugs. Thank you guys very much, and you have a great night. See you next week, and whatever the world throws at you, have fun playing with it. Later.